All right, we're back. We're back. It's a Boxing Day sale going on today.
Get it while you can.
Yeah. What team do you actually think made a trade or a signing and they're like, man, I wish I had my gift receipt. I need to go give this back.
Return it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe the Leafs, like with the Lawton trade and stuff like that, bring in pieces that you really didn't need.
So, but like pick one player that you're like, oh man, I wish I had the gift receipt and now I'm screwed. I mean, with the Leafs, I guess you're going to talk about Brendan Carlo, right?
Yeah, well, even Carlo Lawton. I thought like last year they brought in pieces that they didn't really need.
Yeah.
And now I bet you they would have rather had Minton and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And even their picks would have rather kept their picks.
Mm-hmm.
Because now if Boston gets their pick this year and then 2027, was it Philadelphia has their pick? So you won't have a first round pick until 2028.
Yeah.
So like, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so mine isn't from this offseason. It's from last offseason, I would say. A player that's completely tearing it up in the league. Cutter Gauthier, man.
Oh, yeah.
That trade with Drysdale and a first, it's looking bad. Cause like that's a gift receipt that you need, man. Like,
so question, did Seagrass go to
that was not part of that.
That
trade.
wasn't, so he just signed or
no, he was traded. It was a different trade.
Oh, it was a different trade, but same team.
Yeah, it was Cutter Gauthier got traded for first and Drysdale.
Yeah.
So Drysdale came in, they were hoping that he could go run the power play. It hasn't really worked out in Philadelphia right now. But Cutter Gauthier right now, the way he's playing for the Ducks, man, this is exactly who they drafted. They were just hoping that he didn't want to stay in Philadelphia. No idea what happened in the organization and what happened, kind of split off.
Do you see when he went back?
Oh, yeah. Man.
Boo the hell out of him.
He is, yeah. But that guy is, man, he's like full form right now, ready to go. And, man, that's a gift receipt. Man, Philadelphia wishes they could just
But but let's say, okay, hot take too. If he stays in Philadelphia, do you think he's going to play the same?
I think he's skilled enough, yeah.
Really?
I think especially how the team is playing right now, Zegras playing so well too, and I think he was on this team. He would find a way. I know Mitchkoff's not having the best season right now. Trying to figure out. We'll talk about that afterwards, but I think he would. Yes, of course. With the Ducks, they have much better players to play around.
Yeah.
But don't deny his talent. This is exactly how he's supposed to play.
No, I agree too. But I think maybe just that situation in Philadelphia.
Yeah, maybe it'll help out. But I think but just the trade, but even the haul that they got in return, is just not working.
Even for me, like, okay, let's go back. You're saying gift receipt. Campbell going to Edmonton, that contract, right?
Oh my god,
right? Yeah. Like they're paying for it now because
that's still hurting them. That's why Skinner all this entire thing.
Yeah. And I bet you they would even say the same thing for Wallstat. Yeah, that's a trade they'd want to take back and draft and kept Wallstat, right?
Yeah, a contract or a decision that now is buyer's remorse.
So yeah, going back into the Edmonton thing, I think 2 contracts: the Skinner, not Skinner, the Campbell contract and the Nurse contract.
Yeah.
I think probably 2 of the worst contracts in the NHL.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's, for me, it was 2 years ago. I still think it's the Steven Stamkos. It wouldn't even just be Steven Stamkos, but I think all the veterans that they have. You could even say that, you could even talk about the Askarov trade. If you want to talk about return policies, Askarov getting traded to San Jose and then Nashville keeping Saros, just keeping that veteran goalie and just all the decisions that Barry Trotz has made is just being buyer's remorse.
I was gonna say it's brutal, but I was gonna say Saros, like, he's not playing bad. That's why I kind of
but I don't know if that was a decision. They kind of thought that their window was completely open, which it wasn't. They just got much older, and Askarov right now is such a great goalie, and now you have to go find another goalie like that, unfortunately. So it's just, you're stuck with that contract because they signed Saros at that time.
Well, at least the good thing about signing, well, like the one thing that they do have for them is, okay, sure, they spent all this money on players that didn't turn out well for them, but the good thing is they signed them, they didn't trade for them, so they still have their picks, right? So at least there's that they have to look forward to, I guess, right?
What team actually looked like a buyer and all of a sudden became a seller? Because, this is Boxing Day and things go on sale all the time.
Well, in the East, it's so crazy, right? Because there's a couple teams like, okay, you look at the Leafs, like, are they going to be buying or are they going to be selling? I think they're going to be buying.
Yeah.
And then you look at Buffalo, they're like right on the cusp.
No, I'm just saying as in like you're buying as in like the team you think are gonna make the playoffs. Like everybody was a buyer on this team. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs, and now they're looking like they're not. They're completely like a dud, and that's just how they're gonna be.
Leafs.
Okay, mine is Ottawa Senators.
Okay, but do you think they get a little bit better now that Brady's back?
They should, but
I think that was a big.
They should, like, but they were on fire in the beginning, and then it just kind of cooled off.
Well, Brady was there too, right? Yeah. And then I think like he's so much their team identity too.
Yeah,
and what he brings to the table, and I feel like he got injured, and then they go in that cold spurt, and I feel like now that he's back, like it's another team that could probably really appreciate this break that's coming up, right?
Yeah,
and then coming after the break, we'll see how they are. But like I was high on Ottawa. Yeah. Coming into the season too. I thought they'd be like a decent team, especially after last year, right?
Who's on the clearance rack right now? Just like, all the sales over, like everything is done and there's just a few things left and there's a clearance rack and the general manager's standing there pleading, be like, guys, just take this weight off me. What do you think that is?
Two. I have a couple like
but no, I think he's gonna get like
traded no matter what.
He doesn't have a terrible contract or anything. I think that's a movable contract.
But no, it's a movable contract. Yeah. But no, now that the news got leaked, that he wants 10 mil,
but he could still get traded as a rental.
But I'm saying like knowing future wise, like okay, like what are you gonna have to give up for him, and the possibility of re-signing and knowing what he wants.
but they're not. But the GM is not begging people to take this guy off my plate. It's more of like the value that I had him set for has dropped now. Okay, so it's more of like, you screwed me over.
Well, then I'd say
trade value.
Well, then I'd say it's probably Stamkos then.
Think Stamkos?
Yeah.
I think it's Elias Pettersson right now in Vancouver Canucks. That contract, the $11.5 million contract just kicked in. 8 years. Who is gonna be who's gonna go onto that clearance rack and be like, you know what? This guy could live up to this $11.5 million. I'm gonna take him off the clearance rack. I think there's not many teams that could.
Well, I was gonna say I think he stays.
No, he has to. Yeah. That's why he's on the clearance rack. Nobody's gonna take it, and they're like, it was already 50% off. Now, how much more do I have to take off?
No, but even for them, like the way I see it, I think he's like to them, like he's like their cornerstone piece.
But I'll tell you this right now: if they had a chance of moving him, he would go out the door right now. But they have to say what you're saying is that political answer. Yeah, they're like, yeah, well, he is the pinnacle,
face.
He's the face of this. They have to say they have no choice. They're stuck, right? So I think Pettersson is that guy who's on the clearance rack, and he just won't. I don't think he'll be taken anytime soon, not even in the off season. So it's gonna be crazy. Which team do you think found value in a sale in the off season, like in the summer? They found value in a guy that nobody really wanted, and all of a sudden now he's just turned it up.
I know one that probably didn't go as well. There's the Ehlers one, like when they
Nikolai Ehlers?
Yeah, when it started, like it was like all this hype behind it all. They finally
but he was still like the team still as long as the team's winning, I don't think the pressure's gonna be on the player. It's only when the team doesn't do well is when the problems start kicking in, right? Because like nobody's gonna be talking about this Austin Matthews or Neil. I don't know why we keep talking about the Leafs. God damn! But every single time, it's all to do with the team's success. When the team's not doing well,
what about Michelli?
Oh, that's a good one. Michelli, I mean, he's what, 1 year left on his deal?
On his deal, yeah.
Yeah, I think, sure, you could say that.
Because what I don't know if it's like all the pressure that's surrounding him, because he's like, oh, he's the piece that they.
But he's not a valued player. Like, it's not like you got something as a steal.
No, well, they did get us as a steal. I think he.
No, but I'm talking about like as in like a guy who came here and we thought. He kind of blew everybody out of the water. Like, whoa, this kind of worked out.
Okay. You're talking about the opposite. Okay,
yeah, I'm talking about the opposite. Like, he was found in a value deal, and then they just kind of way more than they thought. Do every team right now in my head.
I don't say Knight, but Knight's been with the organization, right?
Oh, Spencer Knight?
Yeah. He's like...
Actually, you know what? That's a good answer, because Spencer Knight, when he got traded for Seth Jones, and, Seth Jones won the cup.
Yep.
Everybody knew what Spencer Knight was, and he's going to be a great goalie. But just for him to emerge right away next year and just becoming one of the best goalies in the league. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good value. So people don't have, like, the fans in Chicago don't need to be sad that, Seth Jones won a cup.
I think he's going to win more games than if Seth Jones would have stayed.
Yeah, well, yeah, because goaltending is the most difficult.
Oh, and right? Like, even this season alone, how many games has he won himself, right?
Yeah.
So definitely. I think, value wise, like that's what I was thinking. I was thinking goaltending because I'm like, you get a goalie and sometimes it just changes your whole season around, right?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I got one. I got a perfect guy.
Who's the perfect guy?
Chris Kreider, man.
Okay.
Chris Kreider.
Oh yeah, he had the crazy start to at the beginning
Chris
of the season.
Kreider going to the Ducks.
Yep.
And he's supposed to be dead weight. The Rangers gave away Jacob Trouba.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
Got sent he's just a bag of pucks. They're like, oh, we don't need this. This is like we're done with this. Got rid of them, and now the way Trouba's playing, he's turned back time again, like how he was playing for the Jets, and the Rangers had the exact same problem now that they did last year, and it wasn't those two guys.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly the problem's still there, and you got rid of guys that you didn't need to get rid of. You just blamed them. So I'll say Chris Kreider and Trouba. I think just how they're playing. They got a really good sale. The Ducks have made all the right moves in the offseason, and it's paying off, man. They're all right. They're in first place right now in the Pacific.
No, which is crazy.
I don't know if they're going to stay there, but they're definitely going to stay
and the hockey's so entertaining to watch.
Oh, it's so entertaining to watch. But I think they will make the playoffs. I don't think that's no doubt, man. And they will give trouble to any team.
The team, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can score.
Yeah.
It's just they need to keep the pucks
They have
up
the perfect mix of those like veterans, with like Granlund and everything. And then you got like your young players like Dostal.
I was going to say, that's another really bad contract.
Which
with
one?
Granlund?
Well, no, I think he's going to do fine.
Oh,
he signed a
7 years,
$7.5 million, 4 years.
Yeah.
I think he is a very clutch player.
Okay.
He's like very important times. And Dallas Stars fans, like they know they're gonna miss him like a lot because he scored very crucial goals for them. And I think for the Ducks, you're not paying him for now. You're paying him in the playoffs. He's gonna score some very key goals. You're gonna see him.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was our Boxing Day special, man.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah, see you.